What's going on, man? How you doing today?
Um, I am. I'm rosy-eyed. Let's put it that way.
Rosy-eyed?
Rosy-eyed, red-eyed. People can't tell why though. I'm wearing glasses that are red.
That's true. That's
it's
true.
it's
Yeah,
a
we're not on video
it's a
today.
good start of the weekend.
Yeah, we're not on video today. We are still playing around with new features. We are using actually Riverside today, so we hope you guys enjoy the quality, and we'll move it over to video most likely next week. But today we're kind of, we're gonna get a little personal. I kind of wanted to put something out there that I don't think we've ever talked about before.
hmm
And I mean, we do this podcast, right? And we have a lot of fun doing it. But I don't want to give people the wrong idea and kind of like, give the impression that we are smart or we are
Oh,
scientists or that we're in the industry, you know? Um I think
what's the
that's
word?
important to know. We don't work in
We're not
any.
influencers either. I don't like to be an influencer.
Yeah, I mean, we're podcasters, but
Yeah.
the bottom line of it is that we are enthusiasts, AI
hmm
enthusiasts, and that is the reason why we started this show. But what it all started because we wanted to start doing, AI art with Midjourney, and now we're expanding more, covering more AI things, and we may not be as quick on it as, maybe Matt Video Pro or some of the other content creators that work on AI, but we're just enthusiasts.
And just like to give it a different aspect too, because you probably, uh, from what you hear on news, it's always like kind of a quick blip of information, and we may not give you that much more, but we try to give you a little, I don't know, more than what you would get from them in a sense,
Yeah,
but still not being forerunners in facts or stuff like that. It's mostly opinion, I guess. What we love doing. That's our opinions of stuff.
yeah. So I want to ask you,
hmm
why do you love why do you love AI? What 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 is it about AI that intrigues you to make a podcast like this with together, you know?
It's I can't say it started out maybe as a little bit of fear, and I think that's just a normal thing with anything new. Um, but it's good that we have uh, things to keep it in check. But for the most part, if we do keep it in check and we think about the hazards of it and we keep those parts of it in check, AI can do a lot of good for us. It already has.
Yeah.
Um, um, yeah, it's just like every week they're putting out a new app or a development that's uh, for the most part streamlining videos or like the movie business. I can see it's definitely going in that direction, but it could be put into other aspects way more, not just art like music and all that stuff. It could be utilized in so many things like that car they got in Japan now where you can look at your phone by your eyes, and it's just an artificial app that moves your car forward and backwards. From what I understand, there might be more function to it, but I think that's pretty much what I saw on the reel about it.
That's super interesting, and things like that really get me excited. I mean, there's the obvious fear, the overlord,
hmm
the robotic overlords that so many
Terminators.
people jokingly about. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've just come to embrace the fact that whatever happens is gonna happen.
it's good
You
that we
know,
have that stuff to scare us, because yeah, if we didn't, we would just go full throttle, not looking behind us,
yeah.
and
Well, I like to consider myself adaptable.
yeah.
You know,
Oh,
I,
you
I
better be.
especially if this is happening, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I feel it's important to learn how to be adaptable because
Yep.
there's so many good. I say this every other week
That's
now that
just
we're
not in
doing this
AI. That's
podcast.
in general life too. Got to bend like a reed.
Yeah, man. And there are so many good things about AI, so many good things, you know. And then there's also the bad.
Yeah. And we try to go for the more positives because you hear more negatives everywhere else you go. And it's not that we don't want to acknowledge those. It's just they're acknowledged enough pretty much from everybody else. You hear the fear side of it. You don't necessarily hear the, I'm not going to say positive, I'm going to say optimistic. We're more optimistic about it if done
I
correctly.
do. I think so. I think it's like an even split.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you
Should be.
have enthusiasts like us who just are eager to learn more and play with more and more of this. And then there's the other side. They're just like, you're stealing our stuff, and they want to put a stop to it. And
I get that.
it's such a hard conversation too. You know,
Mm-hmm.
especially
That's like
with
that
mid.
Carlin episode we had. We started out with
Yeah,
one opinion of it, and we were kind of flip flopping a little bit there.
yeah,
It's
and you
it's
know,
tough.
Midjourney is going through a major lawsuit right now too, of some
I
leaked
did not hear about
information that
that.
happened. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't want to get into it, to be honest
right.
with you. I don't I like Midjourney. I
We're
don't
not
want to paint the
reporters.
mid. Yeah, you know, yeah. Sometimes we are. You know, I like Midjourney. I like what they do. I just feel like these things were going to be inevitable,
Mhm.
using likenesses and other people's styles of artwork to be influenced to make more artwork. You know,
I
I
think
just always felt it was inevitable.
everybody's thrilled to see themselves in the mirror in a sense when it comes to this AI stuff that's coming, but then at the same time they're scared about it, like I was with the voice stuff. Initial reaction, weirded out. After that, okay, okay, wasn't that bad. So,
No, I would love to. I mean, I was having this conversation with my wife that I would,
mhm.
you know, when I pass, I would love to donate my brain to artificial intelligence studies. You know, I would love to help in some way. I mean, I know I'm not an
Well,
Einstein of any caliber.
wouldn't it be cool if after you passed away, you could still communicate with your great grandchildren and they can ask you questions about your time period? That goes back to actually Superman, the first movie when he had the crystals. I've always had this idea of why can't we leave behind some kind of legacy like that? Like my parents could leave some conscious artificial thought to where if
I
I
like
asked
that.
them certain questions, they would have something for that. That's a really good idea.
I really like that actually.
That I've had that idea for years, but that came from Superman pretty much with the crystals. Him
That's a
talking to
great
his father
idea.
and stuff.
You know, and some people would find that weird, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you know, 5 generations from now, are any of your descendants going to even care who you were?
Right. I'm a little
You know,
curious about my ancestors, not 100% or anything, but
I would love
some
to
of
see
them.
where my bloodline goes.
Yeah, where it like just kind of, well, starts out, you're at the end of it right now, but it would be cool to see it like collapse and turn into one thing, like
Yeah.
couple. Yeah, that would be neat.
Yeah, but yeah, that's something that I've always been open to wanting to do, is donating my whatever they need to study AI. I
Mm-hmm.
have no issue with it. I think that there are more advancements that can be found, especially with the natural body and with, you know,
Detection.
yeah. I I don't think it's wrong. Some perspectives it's weird, but I don't think it's
If we
wrong.
found it, there's a reason we found it or made it. It's what you
Yeah,
do with it.
yeah.
I think that's a
And then
motto
like
I've said a few times.
and then you have, you know, the fun stuff. I'm on a kick right now. Now, disclaimer, I am not I don't like bringing politics into this. I'm not even gonna tell you what party I go for or any of that stuff because this is not what this show is. But I am on a kick with these Donald Trump AI videos of him singing,
I have not
and he's
seen that.
singing songs like oh, they're hilarious. He's got a Harry Styles song, which is hilarious. What's the Harry Styles song? And then me back. Something is holding me back. Du, 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 du.
Something is holding me
In this,
back. I don't know what it
yeah,
is.
yeah. So there's that one. There was another. I saw "Aha" "Take on Me" by Donald Trump,
Ooh,
which is and stuff like that. I crack up. I start laughing. I love it. It's
why not?
hilarious to me. It's
It's
fun.
ridiculous.
AI
You know
is
it's not
fun.
real.
Yeah, it's so fun. Like my kid watches the videos with the AI presidents cursing each other out on YouTube when they're playing Call of Duty. It's hilarious. I love it. And it really goes to show how we are as a humanity to find the technology
We're
and
so quick to
make a
shoot things
mockery out of it.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were making
Like,
videos of Will Smith eating spaghetti last year. Like that wasn't ridiculous looking. And now, I mean, look at where we are now.
well, I'm thinking now of way back, like when cartoons were around, first started. Like they probably thought that was ridiculous, But I bet you more adults were watching it than children were when they first came out.
But you know what's interesting about like even like cartoons back in the day? They were hand drawn. There were no machines, you know,
Right?
putting it together.
Artists,
They were flipping
illustrators,
pages.
painters.
They were
Disney
flipping
used
pages
paintings
like
a
a flip
lot.
book.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a wild time, and now everything is. I mean, there are more artists now who digitally. Well, actually, I think it's an even split of what they do. But when it comes to like Disney artists and stuff and things like
Hmm.
that, and people who work in Disney, it's all digital art. They're still using their hands. It's still
Oh yeah.
art. It still works.
Hmm.
You know?
They're still hiring artists, not AI writers or AI developers or anything like that. Well, not
Yeah,
developers,
it's not.
artists.
Listen, there people are so mad about the. Oh yeah, they're gonna AI is gonna write the script. The AI can't write a perfect script. It's not
No,
there.
and
I
you'll
mean,
detect it.
did you
You'll
hear
see it.
about the Willy Wonka event in Scotland?
Oh, I, I tell it to me anyways. I think I did, but I
So it was in Scotland. They held the event. It was
right.
practically empty. There was no chocolate, first of all.
Oh, and they brought kids in there and stuff, and it was like just like a thing
Nothing.
thrown here. Yeah, there was like a poster up, like a little flag of what the website's poster looked like, and it was just like a
Yeah,
dinky
yeah.
thing on the wall. Okay, I did see that.
So
And kids
they
were
were taught.
crying, and yeah.
So one of the actors on the show was talking about how the script was noticeably written by AI, and that it knew nothing about Willy Wonka, and that there was this thing about a dark, mysterious, evil chocolate man or something like that that was like not part of the Willy Wonka lore, and it's just like
Mm,
try a little bit,
right.
try a little bit, if you're gonna use a GPT, try. Don't just say, write me this or write me a suggestion. Write down in your own words something and then put it into
Hmm.
the GPT. Ask it what you want it to do. If you wanted to correct your notes, if you wanted to revise your words, that's what you want to do. You don't want to go in there and make it do the work for you. There's
Right.
abuse to it.
Well, and you see what happens when you let it carry you and not carry your fair share. It's crap.
Yeah. The question is, are you the problem or is it
Hmm.
AI?
It is about how you communicate to it, a lot of it, really. Because it will listen, I guess, is lack of a better word. If you put in a prompt or a command of some sort and it does that, and that's not what exactly you wanted done, It's only doing what you told it.
Yeah. What do you
That's why
think
I
is
believe
what
in Asimov's 3 rules of robotics. Or 3 laws of robotics.
what do you think what do you think what do you think AI art's going to be like in 10 years?
Jesus. I really can't, because what is it like right now? It's accelerating so fast. I was when something's going that fast, can you really protect?
I mean, another thing that I like is video games.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot. I mean, I cannot wait to see what happens with video games in the next 10 years.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were talking 10 years from now. Well, the graphics, they're gonna be like me and you talking to each other. It's just gonna, like, skin's gonna be. You can see the pores on my hand. It'll just. I maybe not in 10 years, but just in the next couple years. Uh, Screenshots, a zooming capability will be different. Like you watch in certain movies how they do that quick zoom into something and then back out. Maybe some correlation with that. Um, well, the fact that they can use Bluetooth capability, excuse me, to map out where you are in your house now, if they can do that, AI could possibly, in a sense, give you different camera angles using that. Maybe, I don't know. Because if it can detect you in a room, it can see you. So therefore,
Well, AI is already doing things like that.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, I mean,
So,
they have cameras now that have like AI rendering and things like that, which is really cool.
mhm. And that can be factored into the video games. I mean, it's just, oh, maybe. Well, I'm thinking of Ready Player One now with the suits and stuff like that. But I don't think AI capability will necessarily factor into this,
Oh,
like a
Ready Player
suit.
One was fun though.
Oh yeah, but there wasn't so much AI involved with
Well, you know,
that.
you
That was
also
just
got
like a,
well, if you're talk, but you also got the Apple Vision Pro that's out right now.
mhm.
Technology.
Or the
That's another
visor
thing.
for
You
PlayStation.
know,
Yeah, yep.
well, I watched a video today that excuse me.
Mhm.
Maybe we could talk about this in a few weeks. The there was a group. There's a video that just came out recently where an Apple Vision Pro was used in a combat sequence, and
Okay.
I mean,
Combat or
people are
training?
not.
Combat. You
Well, they
mean
were
combat?
training with it, but
Okay.
but it's getting to a point where it's inevitable that this technology is going to be used in military too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already
Exactly.
there. We're already using it now. We have drones.
Yep.
We have guided missiles. We have,
I have a sister-in-law
balloons.
in the service that was doing that. So yeah, the drone stuff. She was in that program.
That's a fun job too.
Yeah. I
I'm
wish
just
they
gonna
would have
say
had that
that.
when we were around, huh?
Well,
I would have done that.
we didn't get we weren't smart enough to do those jobs.
No.
What did you end up becoming? I obviously, you know, I was a cook, but
Mechanic.
oh, you were a mechanic. You poor
Yeah.
soul.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. You have sympathy. Thank you.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
anyways, that's a different story. I'd rather
nah,
work than go and do half that dog and pony stuff. So being a mechanic saved
nah,
my ass a lot.
nah. I mean, I mean, I remember we were using AI in some of our shooting ranges, our electronic shooting ranges. Some of the devices, like our night fire stuff, had some AI technology in, and this was like in 2012.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, this stuff was already in there. It
I
wasn't
imagine
great,
our
but it
communications with
worked.
satellites and stuff like that, the guys that did communications, they probably had dealt with that stuff too. Like Corey.
Oh,
Corey
absolutely.
probably dealt with some of that. She was communication.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Communications was a pretty sick sick job. You know, I like satellites. I like how all these stuff works. It's just right now we live in a time where we can't live without AI. We use it in our phones. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Siri, Alexa, Cortana. Um, Microsoft just came out with the new AI as well.
Yep.
Actually, it came with it's in my computer. They just decided to put it in there. It's
Throw
called
it in.
Copilot.
Oh yeah, that's what I have that down in the corner of mine too. Yeah.
And it's funny because it will draw a picture for you too, which is I just asked it. It's draw cute. It's just draw cute animated 3D beige dragon wearing a red sweater with expressive eyes. It just told me I'll try to create that. And see, I never
Wow.
used this portion. I never used
I
this
never.
portion of.
I have to mess around with that too. I seen that in my laptop I just got, but it's like, huh,
Pretty cool though,
yeah. More
but
creative, more balanced, more
it
precise.
it's here, again,
It ain't
and
going away.
I just want, and I mean, I just if you can't put together through this conversation that we're not scientists or industry leaders in AI, then I don't,
No PhDs here.
this is, and again, we're enthusiasts, enthusiasts,
And there's different
you
levels of our
know,
enthusiasm from time to time. So there might be a
E-
topic that we're a little more passionate about others than others.
exactly. I'm
And that's
just,
okay. That's
it
a
is
normal
okay.
person. That's what a human being is, not an AI person. They don't come in with the same enthusiasm on everything. That's
Agreed,
why I
agreed.
like
So,
chocolate and
before
peanut
we end the
butter.
show, I just wanted to.
Oh.
Ah, so
Uh-oh.
before we end the show, I just wanted to talk about the new. So we got. I've talked about merch before, but we have a new store now. By the time this recording comes out,
It should be up.
the store will be up. Yeah, so go to cleansanchezmedia.com. When you go to that website, you will find there's going to be some links there, and in those links you are going to find the new store, and in that store there's going to be a directory, and you can find the artificial mind merch in there, which right now is just a sweater and a t-shirt, but there'll be more coming soon. Prints, calendars, things like that, so keep an eye on it. We have so many ideas for the next couple episodes. I know we talked about wanting to do military and AI, but next week I think we're going to mess around with this Microsoft Copilot.
Okay.
So join us
Yeah,
next
I'll
week.
mess around with it since I got that. Yep.
Yeah, so next week go to a weekend, well, 2 weeks from now. Our next episode will be Microsoft Copilot, and then maybe we might throw in something in there too to see. We'll push this thing, but guys, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and hope you have a great day.
Yep. Enjoy your weekend.